Hi, this is Mardy once again and welcome to my channel. Hello mga kababayan! Welcome back to At Home with Mardy. Today, we're diving into the inspiring story of Diosdado Macapagal, the 9th President of the Philippines. Best known for changing our Independence Day from July 4 to June 12 and fighting for the rights of the common Filipino. From his humble roots in Pampanga to his legacy as a reformer and scholar, here are 8 amazing facts you probably didn't know about Diosdado Macapagal. And do you think changing our Independence Day to June 12 was the right decision? Why or why not? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. If you're into Philippine history, fun facts and stories that inspire, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. At para updated kayo sa mga susunod kong videos, please click the bell notification below. At sana po, don't skip the ads and please watch until the end of my video. Number 1. Diosdado Macapagal moved Philippine Independence Day. In 1962, President Diosdado Macapagal changed the celebration of Philippine Independence Day from July 4 to June 12. This decision was rooted in a desire to honor the country's true struggle for freedom. June 12, 1898 was the day Emilio Aguinaldo declared independence from the Spanish colonial rule in Kawit, Cavite. Although this declaration wasn't internationally recognized at the time, it marked a significant moment when Filipinos took a stand and asserted their right to self-governance after more than 300 years of Spanish rule. On the other hand, July 4, 1946 commemorated the day the United States formally granted independence to the Philippines after World War II, which many viewed as symbolic of foreign control rather than true liberation. Macapagal believed that celebrating independence on June 12 would better reflect the Filipino people's own fight for freedom and their spirit of nationalism. By shifting the date, he aimed to emphasize the importance of Filipino-led resistance and the country's long history of striving for sovereignty. The change was later made official through Republic Act No. 4166 in 1964, and since then, June 12 has been observed as the official Philippine Independence Day. Number 2. The Poor Boy from Lubao. Diosdado Macapagal was born into a poor family in the town of Lubao, Pampanga. Growing up, he experienced a life of hardship, often walking to school barefoot and selling rice cakes to help support his family. Despite these challenges, Macapagal remained determined to get an education. He studied diligently and worked hard to rise above poverty. Through perseverance and academic excellence, he earned a law degree and eventually entered public service. His journey from humble beginnings led him to become a respected lawyer, a skilled diplomat, a congressman, and later the vice president. In 1961, he reached the highest position in the country when he was elected as the President of the Philippines. His story is often seen as an inspiring example of how dedication and hard work can overcome even the most difficult circumstances. Number 3, brilliant academic record. Diosdado Macapagal was known for his strong academic background and intellectual excellence. He was a top student throughout his schooling and went on to earn doctorate in economics from the University of Santo Tomas, one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in Asia. He also pursued law and passed the Philippine Bar examination with high ranks, ranking among the top of his class. His academic achievements and deep understanding of economics and governance contributed to his reputation as one of the most scholarly and intellectually capable presidents in Philippine history. His education played a key role in shaping his policies and leadership style. Number 4, father of the Philippine Constitution in 1971. After his term as president, Diosdado Macapagal continued to play a significant role in shaping the nation's future by leading the 1971 Constitutional Convention. Elected as its president, he was tasked with overseeing the drafting of a new Philippine Constitution, aimed at addressing the country's changing political, social, and economic needs. Macapagal believed that a new charter could strengthen democratic institutions, promote national development, and correct flaws in the 1935 Constitution. Under his leadership, the convention brought together legal experts, politicians, and civic leaders to propose reforms for a more just and progressive society. However, before the proposed constitution could be fully implemented, President Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law in 1972. This led to the ratification of a different version of the Constitution in 1973, which expanded Marcos' powers and shifted the government from a presidential to a parliamentary system. Despite this, Macapagal's work in the 1971 Convention remains historically important. He is still recognized as a key figure in constitutional reforms and is often referred to as the father of the 1971 Philippine Constitution. His efforts reflected his enduring commitment to democratic principles and good governance. Number 5, he fought for land reform. During his presidency, Diosdado Macapagal made land reform one of his key priorities, recognizing the deep inequality faced by tenant farmers in the countryside. In 1963, his administration passed the Agricultural Land Reform Code, which aimed to break up large land holdings and distribute land to those who actually work it, primarily tenant farmers. The goal was to eliminate the feudal system of landlordism, improve agricultural productivity, and uplift the lives of rural communities. While the implementation of the law faced many challenges, such as limited funding, strong opposition from landowners, and bureaucratic delays, it was a significant step forward. Although its immediate impact was limited, the law laid the foundation for future land reform efforts in the Philippines. Macapagal's push for agrarian reform showed his commitment to social justice and improving the lives of the country's poor farmers. Number 6, first common man president after World War II. Diosdado Macapagal stood out as the first Philippine president after World War II who came from a humble, non-elite background. Unlike many of his predecessors who belonged to wealthy or landed families, Macapagal's roots were modest, growing up in a poor family in Pampanga. This connection to ordinary Filipinos earned him the reputation as the champion of the common man. His leadership was seen as a break from the traditional political elite, and many admired him for understanding the struggles of every citizen. Macapagal's presidency inspired hope among the masses that someone who truly represented their interests was now at the helm of the nation. Number 7, his daughter also became president. Diosdado Macapagal's legacy extended beyond his own presidency through his daughter Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, who became the 14th President of the Philippines, serving from 2001 to 2010. Their unique place in history makes them one of only 2 father-daughter pairs to have both held the highest office in the country. Gloria's rise to the presidency highlighted the enduring political influence of the Macapagal family and continued her father's commitment to public service and leadership. This remarkable family achievement is a rare example of political continuity in the Philippines. And number 8, anti-corruption advocate. He rose to power promising a new era of honesty and transparent governance, vowing to root out corruption that had long plagued the government. Throughout his term, he pursued a rigorous agenda aimed at exposing and dismantling corrupt practices within various government agencies and officials. Despite facing intense pushback from entrenched interests and opposition factions in Congress, he remained steadfast in his commitment. His efforts included proposing stricter regulations, strengthening oversight institutions, and promoting whistleblower protections to ensure accountability. Although progress was often slow and met with significant obstacles, his unwavering stance earned him both admiration from reform-minded citizens and fierce resistance from those benefiting from the status quo. Hello again mga kababayan, and that's a wrap on our look at 8 amazing facts about Diosdado Macapagal, a president who rose from poverty, fought for land reform, and reshaped how we celebrate our nation's independence. Before we go, here's a final question to think about. If you were president today, what legacy would you want to leave for the next generation of Filipinos, just like Macapagal did? Let me know your answers in the comments. I'd love to read them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more educational and inspiring content on Philippine history. Daghang salamat! Thank you very much for watching. And according to William Hazlitt, the art of life is to know how to enjoy a little and to endure very much. Shout out and thanks to the comment of John Bell Jara and Gangstas. Maraming salamat po. Special thanks to my sources from Google, photo credits to enwikipedia.org, and inspirational quote credits to goodhousekeeping.com.